So we're going to install Java and we're going to install Eclipse. So those people who are on Windows, just hold on for a few minutes. This is the Mac install. And the Mac install, I've given you a little Patriot USB drive. You stick it in the computer. You get a little window that comes like, you don't have to be a computer user to take this class. It looks like this. You open it up. You want to install Java first. It's called the Jdk. Install, or which one did you install first? That's okay. If the first one or the second one works. These are the two. It's called Eclipse and Jdk. If you copy it to your desktop, go like this. Copy it to your desktop. Double click on the one that says Jdk. If you double click on it, it kind of looks like this. It starts opening up for you. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes while you're doing it. Double click on this guy. It's already installed on my computer, so I'm not going to mess it up. But double click this, run through the install. It runs fairly quickly, actually. And then you'll end up with this on your desktop. You just drag it over here. And then for the Eclipse, if you double click on it, you get this little, nice, cool little purple ball. You take the purple ball and you stick it in the applications folder. Applications. I actually have a purple ball in there already. I don't need my purple ball. I have my purple ball. That's how easy it is to install it on a Mac, by the way. Not so bad. So while you guys are doing that, let me talk to the Windows people. Welcome to Windows. Let's see. I'm going to actually put this away so I don't... Actually, I'm going to throw this away. I don't need this anymore. Cleaning up my desktop. Windows people. There's two things you're going to need to install on your computer. One of them is going to be the Java Jdk. The other one's going to be an Eclipse program. The Eclipse program is going to be our IDE that we're going to use for this class. Fortunately for you, it looks the same on Windows as it does on Mac. And the Java looks and acts the same. So you want to install the Java first before you actually even take that route. Let's see if Java is actually installed on your computer. So the way you can test this, and actually if you're on a Mac, you can do the same thing as well if you'd like. If you're on a Mac, go into the Go menu and go down to Utilities. And you'll see in Utilities a window called Terminal. If you double click on Terminal and you type in Java C, you should have something that looks like this when your install is finished. Just garbage. It should do something. If it says bad command or file name, or after you install Java, by the way. Install Java first before you do this. If it says something that says like bad command, or it pops up a little window that says, hey, Java's not installed, or something like that, you know you don't have it installed on your computer. If you're a Windows person, look for your command console window and open up your console window and type the same word in there, Java C. So what you're typing in here is Java C for compiler. You have to put the C on the end because there's two of them you're installing. You're installing Java, which is a runtime JVM, which is going to look like that, and you're installing Java C. Both commands should work from a command prompt. If they do, you have Java installed. If they don't, you don't have Java installed. And you're going to want to run through these steps I'm going to run through in a few minutes here. So what are the steps? Let's take a look here. I'm going to go to Firefox, and I'm going to type in from my Google bar, because I don't have it bookmarked on this computer, but it's easy to find it. Download Java Jdk. This is just for the Windows people, by the way. Mac people, you're done. So chill. Go through your install, chill while you're doing this. And then we'll get you back up to speed. And what I'll do is I'll take a break in the after we get done. Because the Windows people are going to need Wi-Fi access, and you're going to need to download this. I did not put this on a USB disk. I'm a little biased when it comes to Mac, I guess. So type in download Jdk. You want the Jdk Java Development Kit. It's also masked as SE version, Java Development Kit. You can get 7, you can get 8, you can get 6. You can get any version of Java you want. You just need a version on there. I'm going to actually click on the 6 here. Actually, I'm going to go back and click on the 7. And then if I click in here, I can come down to the bottom. Because I'm on a Mac, it's going to come up with a different, it's probably going to come up and look a little different. What you want is the SE Development Kit, the Jdk. Oh, this was end. Let's go back to 8th, and this one looks like it's expired. This one looks more current, actually. And you'll see a little box down here. You don't want the EE or the ME or the DB or the web tier. You just want the basic Jdk. If you install one of the other ones, don't worry about it. It just puts more stuff on your computer. You might not necessarily want it that way. So if you go down to the bottom where it says Java SE Development Kit, which is really the Jdk. I know, the spelling is just, the terminology is just ridiculous. Find the one you want. If you have a x86 versus a 64-bit processor, pick the right one. It's an exe file on a Windows machine. Download it. Install it. The install is identical to the one that's on the Mac. After you install that one, you're going to need to download and install Eclipse. I'm going to leave this window here. I'm going to open up another window. And what I'm going to do in a few minutes is walk around and make sure you guys are downloading the right thing. And we'll combine that with a short little break. So those people who need to, some people have been here since 9. So some people who want to stretch their legs can, and then others, and then I want to wait till everybody's up and running before I actually start the lecture on programming. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to say download. Let's see, download Eclipse. And we want Eclipse for Java developers. So Eclipse for Java. There's 2 Eclipse for Java. There's one for the EE, and there's one for Java developers, and there's also Eclipse for C++. They're all different Eclipse versions. So in here, if I go to the Eclipse download, this is a pretty good one here. It's going to give me my full menu that's going to probably look the same for you, except for it's going to have Windows options for you. In fact, I can switch it over to Windows right here. There we go. Now it looks like probably your screen for Windows. So I got Eclipse IDE for Java EE. Don't want that. You want this one right here. The Eclipse IDE for Java developers. If you download this one, you got to download Java EE. We're not working with Java EE. We're working with Java Jdk. So the developer tools that we're working with work with this one. So you click on it and you download it and you run through the install. It takes you 2 or 3 minutes to install it. I'm not going to run through the install. Instead, I'm going to have you do it. I'm going to walk around in a few minutes, make sure everybody's up and running before we start programming. And one of the things you'll probably end up having to do on a Windows machine is add the Java bin directory to your path. I don't have a Windows machine, so I can't demo that right now. But one of the things about Windows is that you'll have to go into System and then go into Environment Variables. You might actually have to change the path to put the bin directory in there. But I can troubleshoot that problem. There are not that many Windows users, so I can troubleshoot that problem on a case-by-case basis depending upon what's happening on your system. Questions before we start, or hopefully people are starting to download. Is anyone having any problems with the Wi-Fi network? No? Okay, so let me stop this recording.